Hey guys, CephalonKet here. So I thought to make a video talking about my first impressions on Once Human, the newest free-to-play MMO that just came out. There was a public beta that was out a while back, but now the full game is out. And I've played for quite a bit since it came out, and I thought to make my first impressions. First of all, I'd like to say that unfortunately I'm quite disappointed when it comes to the improvements made from the beta to the full game. I guess I expected too much because, for example, in the quests you do, the quality is very inconsistent when it comes to the presentation. For example, for most quests there is no voice acting. Let's say that is expected, but also it is inconsistent when it comes to, for example, if a character has mouth movements in the cutscene. So for example, there are many cutscenes where the character is talking, the mouth moves, but no sound is coming out. That is the usual that happens, but also there are many quests where there is zero movement, zero expression, nothing. And I'm quite disappointed in the presentation. I thought because in the beta there was certain points where even your character talked, and I thought, oh, maybe that will be a thing in the base game once it came out. But no, it seems like the same presentation inequality in the quest is all over the place in the main game too. So that's something that disappointed me when it comes to from the beta to the main game. So another thing, get out of the way, is the seasons. So the seasons are basically events that will happen throughout the period of the game being currently out, and that is great for certain events that happen being time gated. I guess that's fine, but what is also time gated is your progression, which is quite frustrating when it comes to if you are playing the game a lot and you want to, for example, expand your base, expand your abilities, your mining, your building, all of that stuff, your deviation abilities, etc. That is time gated. If you go to the cradle and memetics, for example, and you scroll down to aluminum ingots, for example, say I want to make aluminum ingots, and it says it unlocks when the current season reaches Tame the Staroid. And that's annoying. If I, for example, want to build something that or have a lot of deviations in my base, and it says that it cannot do it because the season is not there yet, it's very frustrating. I can possibly see why they did that, but it's still quite frustrating as somebody who mostly plays in huge chunks and then leaves the game be. It's not fun. I don't like that there's such a focus on having you force you basically to go back to the game over and over in order to unlock these things. I know it's an MMO, but since there's a lot of stuff that you can do solo, and I don't like the whole season mechanic. I'm not a huge fan of the limitations there. As for the game, again, not many differences from the beta. I haven't done a lot of the main story. I've been exploring all the areas. I've been going to each location where you can find mystical crates, weapon and armor crates, enemies and stuff like that, and exploring there, which is fun, and I like that you can see your progression and you can see when you finished an area. It's very satisfying as a completionist. And that is basically what I've been doing. I haven't done a lot of the main story. Another thing that is very nice that I've come across while playing is that enemies seem to be very varied. They depend on the area. For example, there are the Rosetta enemies, the human enemies, there are raiders, marauders, and of course there are the many enemy variations in the deviations you find around. And that's very cool. I really like that. And also there are a lot of many different deviations you can also capture and use, and they have their own abilities. Some help you in your base, some just help you in combat. There is, for example, some that help you with healing, etc. And I really like that. I wish I could catch them all and also have them all in my base, but like I mentioned, for example, the option to have more deviation boxes in your base is locked in the progression, so that's very disappointing. One other thing I'd like to talk about as a criticism is the UI. I find it a bit too much for my little tiny brain. But basically there are too many shops, too many different places you have to go to. For example, if say I want to go to the season shop, right? So I'm like, okay, shop, let's go. Shop events, shop, that looks like a good place to go, right? So I go there, that's the premium shop, okay, that's fine. Let's look here, it must be in the shop category, right? Cosmetics, territory, meta pass, other, there's nothing is here. Battle pass, no, it's not there. Tasks, no, it's not there. Shop, that's another shop that you can buy stuff from. Is it top up? No, that's a premium shop. Is it in events? No, that's another thing you have to claim. No. Is it an event here? No, that's another thing you can claim. Is it here? No. Is it here? No. Is it here? No. Instead, for example, in my case, the season shop, you have to go over here, then season goals, and then season shop, so I can find that shop. So as you can see, it's quite convoluted, it's quite complicated. It doesn't have to be that complicated. I would have, for example, made all the shops be in the shop tab, all of the shops, premium, non-premium, free, all of that be in the same tab, so it's not a convoluted mess to try and find it. If you don't remember that you have to click in the Money Boost Novice thing, it's a bit annoying to remember that you have to go here every single time. So yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, another thing in general is that the beta was out, right? And of course it was a bit junky and stuff, and you thought, okay, well, it's just the beta, it's gonna get optimized, etc. in the main game. However, it is still quite janky in the full release as well. So there are many visual bugs. The optimization for some reason seems to be worse in the game. For example, my friend is having more issues now with the game running on his computer than he did in the beta. And yeah, it's quite poorly optimized. Another thing is the base building. The base building is quite nice. I really like it. I like that it's quite easy to get started, to make your base, your simple base. It's quite nice. What I don't like is how easy it is for everything to break down if enemies attack your base. So I'm not going to show it here because I don't want to have everything be destroyed again. But there is a system where if you want to get more of the star something currency, you can make your base basically get invaded while you open a special item. And if you have to protect the unit that opens that item. But also the enemies, for some reason, they don't only focus on attacking that unit, they also attack your house. And the house is very, so far from what I've seen, is very easy to break. Like entire sections of my house broke the first time that I did this. And the second time I was better prepared, but still it seemed like everything was hanging on by a thread. It was very annoying because it's not like you can then automatically repair everything and have everything rebuilt. You have to remember what each item that was broken down was and put it back in place. So I wish there was a better system. There are supposedly defenses you can put up, but they're not great. And yeah, it's I wish there was a way to perhaps upgrade the durability, maybe somehow turn it off altogether, because it's just very big risk and the reward is not amazing. So I don't know, if for somebody who likes their little house and doesn't want it to break down, I don't know. What else? Combat is fine. There are many different guns and stuff. I like that. The enemies also have different attacks. There are many enemies and bosses that you can fight. That's fun. The exploration is good, like I mentioned previously. There are guilds, hives you can create or join. There are group stuff you can do. However, I found myself and my friend, while we were playing together and we're doing the same the story at the same time, we were forced into different instances, which I would have thought that it'd be nicer at least to share the quest since we were on the same step. But it seems like many instances in quests, they force you to be in your own separate instance, even if you're in a group together. So yeah, those are my first impressions on Once Human. Oh yeah, also I wanted to mention that between the beta and the main game, things that were free in the beta are not free anymore in the main game. For example, when you first create your character, in the beta you had the ability to choose any hair color you want, right? In the main game, you start and make your character and you're forced to set hair colors, and you have to use a special item that the game does gift you because the game is new, but it is meant to be a premium item, I believe. So those things, and for example, prints for your house, things like that that were free in the beta, they are not anymore. So keep that in mind while you play. There are things that have been intentionally taken out of the free version of the game and put as premium stuff. But yeah, it is a free-to-play game, so I guess we can't be too surprised, but just, you know, something to keep in mind. Other than that, I've been enjoying my time with the game. It does feel junky and buggy at places, but I'm still having fun with it. So yeah, since it's free, I would recommend anybody to check it out because they have nothing to lose unless they get tempted by the premium stuff. So yep, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of Once Human. Let me know if you agree with the points I've brought up, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.